Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Unmute Yourself podcast. And shout out to the Ark Guest House for sponsoring us with this beautiful venue. So if you want to book for any event, check out the numbers on the screen. So yeah, today we've got a familiar face. If you are from Nairobi, I'm sure you might have seen her somewhere.
Yes, of course.
I've got Pastor Amanda Matlou. I know you've got an English name, but I can't remember.
It's Amanda.
It's Amanda.
Yeah.
The other one?
Tembeka.
Yeah. But we don't.
I hardly use that one.
Man. Oh, okay. So yeah, you've got it. We've got Pastor Amanda Matlou. I know some of you know her as a nail technician.
Yes, a beauty therapist.
Oh yeah, yes, a beauty therapist. Okay, just come closer to the microphone. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. A beauty therapist,
Beauty therapist.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now from a beauty therapist to being a pastor, tell us what happened.
No, obviously,
Yeah.
beauty therapist is my passion
Okay,
and what puts food on the table.
okay,
But then pastoring, then it's totally something different that has to do with my faith life.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you still practice as a beauty?
Currently, I'm on hold because
What?
I'm busy with other things.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Or the ministry is taking most of your time.
Not really.
Yeah.
The beauty is on hold because of other reasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But obviously, you can't put the things of God on hold. Those ones must just
Yeah.
go.
Keep on moving.
Obviously.
Oh, okay. And then you've relocated
From Mpumalanga to Limpopo.
Okay. How is the transition?
No, the transition is, I'm a person who really adapts well
Yeah.
to change.
Okay.
Yeah, no hassles. Apart from the weather,
Yeah.
it's too hot.
Okay. Yeah.
I miss Ladenburg weather, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, we know it is hot.
Ladenburg weather is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we are adapting and we are well.
Okay. Thank you. And you are a mother of how many
I'm a
boys?
mother of 2 boys.
Oh, it's 2 boys.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Or
I've
is
got...
that the first boy?
No.
Oh, okay.
My boys are quite small.
Small.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
okay.
I have a blended family. I come with a girl, my husband comes with 2 girls, and then together we have 2 boys. So we have 5 children in total.
Okay.
And the factory is closed. We are done.
Oh, you've got the factory.
Closed.
You never know. I'm
We are
American science. When you might think the factory is
Not
closed,
in
but
this
then
economy. Not in this economy. Five
since
is,
Cyril Ramaphosa's economy is
Never.
quite expensive.
5 is good.
Nah? Okay, so now we are talking about women in church leadership,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, as a woman, you are running a church in Mukoparen. Yeah. Tell us more how difficult it is or how easy it is.
Right. Can you pause?
No, you can.
Okay. Currently, we are not running.
Yeah.
There was a point in our life where we
Okay.
were running a satellite branch
Yeah.
for the church where we were serving.
Okay.
Being a woman in leadership comes
Yeah.
with its own challenges because, we live in times where we live amongst patriarchs,
Okay.
leaders who hold to traditional beliefs, that women shouldn't be in the forefront, that women shouldn't speak.
Okay.
But yeah, those are the challenges and the typical stereotypes that you face. But nonetheless, by the grace of God, we are moving.
Okay. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about your early childhood? Were any other key influences or experiences from that time that shaped your faith and leadership?
Okay.
Yeah.
I am born in a Christian family.
Okay.
And being born in a Christian family, you are raised and expected to uphold the Christian values.
Okay.
So like when it's time to go to church, you can't stay behind.
Yeah,
Everyone must go to church. Everyone must go to church.
Yeah, whether you've got other things to do.
I had no choice. So, and in a setup where my grandparents, my late grandparents, were pastors.
Okay.
And my grandmother played a huge role in identifying the potential in my life.
Okay.
I have a vivid childhood memory where she was the first person to actually hand me a microphone.
Okay.
I was like in my primary school level.
Yeah.
And she said, just go and share the word.
Okay.
In church.
Ah.
And I was very little.
Okay.
And I did it. So after that, I observed how the conversation between me and her started to change.
Okay.
Like how she spoke to me and the things she spoke to me about.
Okay.
Then immediately I knew that there's something about me. Kanti, she has identified the gift. And then my mother made sure that I stayed in church.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's a time as a young girl where you really don't want to go to church because of your own reasons. But my mother kept me in church, whether I liked it or not.
Yeah.
And she instilled that thing of serving. To say, wherever you find yourself in life, get a spiritual home and serve.
Okay.
So that's how I have been moving along in my life.
Okay.
I get to tertiary, I find a spiritual home, I serve. I move out of home, I get a job, I find a spiritual home, I've served. And I've served in all the ministries. I served as a cleaner in church.
Oh, okay.
In the cleaning team.
Yeah.
I served as a Sunday school teacher.
Okay.
I served as an usher at some point.
Yeah.
And then when I got married to my husband, he was serving in the worship team.
Okay.
And although I couldn't sing, but I joined so that we could run together. I served in the worship team. Later on in our marriage, we started serving in couples ministry, leading the couples ministry. And my husband as well played a huge role in encouraging me, because that thing was there, but sometimes you need like encouragement.
Yeah.
So when we were leading a satellite branch in Mukopane, he threw me in the deep end. I just had to swim, and he was like, the potential is there, there's something in you just need to unleash it. And then he played a very integral part in actually bringing out that person in me that God has called me to be, and he pushed me to the limits. And also what shaped me was the churches where I served. They are very big on women leadership and mentoring women, and they actually helped bring out the potential. They created platforms. And that is when I actually grew even spiritually, because of being surrounded by great mentors and great examples. And I'm just grateful that the churches I've associated with, they encourage women leadership in church. And until to the point where I got ordained and then officially became a pastor. And obviously it's an ongoing journey. I still have mentors even now who are helping me to unlock the higher levels of spiritual growth.
Okay. You've mentioned that you've served in different capacity, like from cleaning, ushering,
Sunday school teaching.
Sunday school, except you're not part of the, you can't sing.
But I was part of the worship team.
Oh, okay. So how did that help you, or how is that helping you as a
leader now?
As a leader now, yes.
I understand that as a leader, it's easier now because I've been down there. I've been in those ministries. I didn't just come and became a pastor. But I know what it's like to prepare the pastor's clothes. I know what it's like to prepare the church before it starts. I know what it takes to actually
to keep the church clean.
To come to a Sunday service. I know what it takes to do that. I've been behind the scenes. I've cleaned. I've prepared for a church service, and I've led from the back. I've led from the front.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of the challenges of being a pastor and a woman?
Female pastor.
Yeah, female pastor. Yes.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Personally, I've had challenges.
Okay.
And the challenges I've had is I faced rejection.
Yeah.
I faced exclusion.
Okay.
Where you are undermined.
Okay.
Because we have people who, like I said, who hold to traditional beliefs that a woman cannot be in the front. So in that way, you get excluded, you get rejected.
Okay.
And you know, when a person even struggles to say Pastor Amanda, like it's easier for a person to say Mamfundisi.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a Mamfundisi, but I'm also a pastor.
Yeah.
But you will see, Pastor Amanda, yes. So those are the other things that you notice as you navigate the role. For other people, it's still difficult. They are held on to traditional practices. By the grace of God, I made it. You know, I always tell myself, good team, it's not men who call me, it's God who called me. And He who has started the work in me will see it to finish. And the fire in me, I will keep it burning. As long as I'm preaching the gospel of God, as long as I'm preaching Jesus crucified, as long as I'm doing what I'm called to do.
So when they sort of try to exclude you or not to accept you, what is the reasoning behind that? Do they sort of quote Bible scriptures?
Personally, I've never had an encounter where someone quoted directly to my face. But I know others, they will often quote the what Apostle Paul said, that a woman must not speak. But I believe that verse is quoted out of context. Because if you look at the Bible, women are born helpers. So when we're leading alongside male counterparts, we are able to bring harmony. We are able to bring balance. We are good at supporting the vision that the man puts on the table, even though there's a leadership in us. You know, we are able to run with the vision of our counterparts and support them. So that's the uniqueness we bring. The other thing that we bring on the table is if you look at the statistics of the church, there's more female than men. So we relate with other women on other things, on other levels. We have more common things than we have differences. So we are able to give support to the women who and sometimes there's roles that sometimes gune role the men cannot play that only a woman can play. You know, so those are the things amongst others that we bring.
Okay, so in your experience, I'm sure in your little corner, well, I'm sorry to say little corner, where female pastors, do you think okay, when Njengoba, you are married to a pastor, but then at the same time I'll see Mamfun is by default, just because you're married
also
to
a call.
Then I assume maybe somewhere some women about Babo Mamfun is by default because of
only one is called is the
man. But then maybe Selashmaila because of additional link and guys So do you think, because it looks like your path, the way you explain it's much easier because of when also you are not only Mamfundisi, but you are a pastor, because of you were called. So in your experience, okay, let's assume, do you think it was you were going to experience worse what you are now if, let's say, maybe you are just married to Pastor Silas? Like it's like but Mamfundisi when almost you are not even Mfundisi, you are just Mfundisi by default. You can't tell us. Do you think, or do some pastors, relate some stories like by discriminate based on the fact that they are not trained pastors?
I think we don't have a lot of differences.
Okay.
We face common challenges.
Okay. What are those common challenges?
Rejection. Yeah, pastors' wives also who are not called.
Yeah.
There's so much expectations on them.
Yeah.
You know, as much as they are not called, remember, once your husband is called, you are a suitable partner.
Yeah.
You're gonna run concurrently with him. You're gonna help him. You'll be there when he prepares for his sermons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that you do when other people are not seeing.
Yeah.
But when you get to the forefront, people now acknowledge your husband more because you're not the.
Yeah.
So they also face a lot of rejection, and they face a lot of people expect a lot from you. So what's different is that me as a pastor, I know that there's expectation from my side, even whether my husband is there or not there.
Okay. All right. So what are some of the unique perspectives that women bring into churches compared to male pastors?
Yeah, it's what I mentioned.
Yeah.
That we bring that feminine touch. Yeah.
Okay.
We relate with women on different levels where men cannot relate with them. Yeah.
Okay.
And we also bring that support and that harmony of supporting the vision that the man carries. We don't compete. We run together.
Okay. I understand. It makes a lot of sense. What are some of the challenges you face
in the ministry?
Yeah.
Apart from the ones I mentioned.
Yeah.
Apart from rejection and exclusion.
But what is it? Why people from the church rejecting you? I just want to understand. You are explaining, but
they don't like. Yeah. How can I put it? Before the ordination, it was easier for my husband to. I got ordained alongside him, but I had to be questioned. I had to go through being scrutinized, and I had to prove to the church that
I can do this.
I can do this, naming busy. And remember, you are not known there.
Yeah.
But they know your husband. But they don't know your background. They don't know your history.
Okay. Yeah. But would you say, I don't know, it's controversial?
I don't like controversy.
No. Don't worry.
Okay.
Personally, I think maybe the Bible doesn't really emphasize the importance of women in the Bible, or maybe Masfundi Bible we choose what we want to choose. We just ignore the fact that Beguna Esther there, Beguna that other woman Begahamba Nabo Jesu, Nabahamba.
When you look at the Bible, like I said, from the New Testament, from the Old Testament to the New Testament, women are celebrated.
But not
Deborah was a judge.
Okay.
And the Bible calls her a prophetess.
Okay.
Mary Magdalene was the first evangelist.
Yeah.
Remember, she went to the tomb and the angel says to her, Jesus is not here, he's risen.
Yeah.
Go tell them, Peter, James, and then that he has risen. That's evangelism.
Okay.
So you look at Jesus himself. He had a conversation with a deep conversation with the Samaritan woman.
Yeah.
Who then later recognizes, oh, this man is a Messiah, and goes and spread the gospel.
Yeah.
So women did play critical roles in the Bible, and which is more of a reason why even women this day should do the same. They should rise to the occasion.
Okay.
It's biblical. It was done by women in the early church.
Yeah.
Even now, women should still do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let us go back a little bit. I'm not sure if it's true, but some people they would say, if in a calling, you know go to the calling, but you try your best not to go where you should go.
Okay.
So when in your experience, like from a tender age, was this is what I want to do, or you knew but then you chose to say, no, busy, I'm next.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question actually, because I relate very much to that. I knew there's a call on my life from an early age. Like I said, my grandmother is the one who identified the gift and confirmed the call. And later on, my mother, remember, keeps me in church. But when I start getting independent, I started questioning a lot of things. And I started wanting what I want.
Why? You were not ready, or?
I think it was just a phase where I actually blocked. What happened with me, I blocked Christianity.
Okay.
Like I totally blocked it.
Yeah.
I just didn't. At some point, I would never even imagine being married to to a pastor. I never thought that would happen to me. Yeah. So I blocked it at some point. But then there's a way in which your background always catches up with you.
Yeah. Sure.
In the midst of trying other things, trying to fit in with friends, trying to go out with friends, trying to do other things that my age mates are doing, I realized that that's not for me.
Yeah.
You could ask me to go to a party, I would totally be so bored.
Yeah.
I would fall asleep. But ask me to go to a revival, I would stay up the whole night. So nale mikhuleko that our parents and grandparents did for us when we were young. They held ukuthi nasofika la wena uthatha idetour khona, they fetch you. There's a song that says noma uncanda ngenhlupheko lokubonga Nkosi yami. So that's how God operates. He will fetch you. If you have a calling, he will fetch you. If you have to come here seated on a wheelchair, he will fetch you. You will come and do what you are called to do. So I'm just grateful that I heeded the call when not all was lost. I heeded the call at the right time. I'm still young. I can still run with the gospel.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's interesting,
Yeah.
Okay. Your story very interesting. Okay. I like the fact that you still practice as a beautician.
Yeah.
It's beauty therapy.
Beauty therapy.
Okay. So. Kunama abanye abafundisi, some people who are in your position, but then they choose not to do any other thing except
influences.
Okay.
It's basically about, as a Christian, we should occupy all these territories. We should occupy the business space. We should occupy, not only just what we are called to do. So I believe in that, and I read books that encourages that we must go out to the marketplace. And we need to lead. We need to occupy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, in short, I know you don't want to say it, but basically, into isho ukuthi abafundisi kumele basebenze bangabheki isonto kuphela.
I believe we should lead by example. We should lead like that. If you're gonna encourage people in the church to we should run in the forefront and show them what it's like.
Okay, so
how it should be done.
Okay. So tell me, I think we've spoken about challenges within, eh? Yeah, but we accepted. Okay, can you highlight any biblical example or teaching that support the role of women in a church leadership?
Oh, I think the biblical examples are the one I mentioned.
Okay, scriptures?
Okay.
Yeah.
Biblical examples of why women should run. In First Genesis 27, it tells us that we are all created equally in the image of God.
Okay.
You know, so meaning that leadership roles and gifts should not be defined by gender.
Yeah.
They should not be defined by gender. As much as the Holy Spirit gives gifts to who it wants to give. If a gift is given to a woman must rise to the occasion.
Okay.
And Galatians. Okay. What's the book? There's a book in Galatians.
Okay.
Can I just?
Yeah, no, you can
be
put
sure.
your notes.
Yeah, I need to be sure. Okay, it's. Yes, Galatians 3 verse 28.
Okay.
Galatians 3 verse 28 says, there is neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, nor is the male or female. You know? So we are all equal in the eyes of God. So if God can give a calling or a gift of preaching to a man, it can be given to a woman.
Okay. So in your own experience, earlier on you said abantu besifazane baningi esontweni compared to men. In your opinion, why is that? Why we as men we don't go to church?
I wouldn't know. I don't want to speak for men.
Okay, you don't know. You don't know what's the reason.
Know what's the reason. Why aren't you guys coming to church?
I don't know, but I've read somewhere. I think it was an article. Why? Because even myself, I'm also curious why we as men we don't go to church every day. Even myself, I don't go to church every day.
But your wife probably goes.
Yeah, she does. I mean, even when she's sick, she goes to church. But then, according to that article, but basically, we as men, we don't like it when we sort of we go to church. You go to church, and then you sit down, and then you listen to another man.
My father used to say that.
Yes. You sit down, you listen to another man telling you how you should live your life. So maybe I don't know if we can. Let's say maybe if we can have more and more women pastors. I'm not sure if that can change. If maybe us as men we can now say let me.
You'd rather listen to it.
Or it's going to be even worse. Like why should I go to church and
listen to a
woman? Yeah. So we live in interesting
times.
Yeah, we live in interesting times. What's your take on brother? The one that's trending on Facebook? No comment.
I don't like controversy. Brother Enigma, no comments. Thank you. But there's certain things that he said that I question. I think there's a part where he says, "Kona laba abonilen."
Yeah.
And then Jesus says, "Mega sabatole."
Yeah.
I don't think that's the God we serve. That made me just question him.
It's not biblical.
It's not. Yeah. Why would the God that we serve is a merciful God?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other things we don't know. It's his encounter, and that's why I believe that people must read the Bible themselves.
Yeah.
People must pray to their God themselves.
Yeah.
People must get revelations, build their relationship with God, and get your own revelations. Read the Bible by yourself and understand it rather than depending always on hearing what other people say.
Yeah, because I think he mistaken says most of the time is by Sunday. Then he play Bible.
Yes.
Then umfundisi abatshela ukuthi university after church balvala.
You don't even go to the verse by yourself to get your own revelation.
No, we don't do that. Yeah, no, I think we should do that.
Because that's why Jesus Christ died, so that so that you can have direct access to people. So people must know that they have access.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think if more and more people can read the Bible themselves, in terms of understanding the Christianity better? Because most people, they go to church, but they can't argue their case. Yeah, which no, but then levels addition, but it's like batata whatever food is. I show it because now checking what that guy who's trending on Facebook. There are some people who are now actually
being caught.
Yeah. Thinking with man, this guy Mati is on to something. And it's very worrisome because some of the things as show you
it happens all the time, not just with him. It happens all the time. If you're a Christian who's not grounded in the word, you will go with whoever says. So it's important that when I, as a Christian, know the word, be grounded in the word, have a personal relationship with God, so that now you can have your own encounters and your own revelations and not depend on others.
Okay. So
entirely.
You've got a daughter, right?
Yes.
So she's what, 4? 2?
No, my daughter is 14.
14? Yeah. Oh, she's a teenager. Okay. If she were to come to you and say, Mama, okay, a calling is a calling, man. There's nothing that you can do.
Yeah.
But would you encourage her to be a pastor one day?
I would.
Okay.
I would. I don't think I would ever discourage anyone from heeding the call of God in their lives. If she says, Mama, I'm called, or I happen to identify and see that, I know that there's the fire. And once the flame gets bigger, you won't be able to contain a person who's called. But I would then advise her to stay grounded on the word, number one.
Okay.
Pray. Your prayer life must be on par for the sake of your personal relationship with your God, so that you know the God that you are working for, And 3, get a godly mentor. Be mentored. Have someone who has walked the path. Help you. And then the last thing I would quote for them is Matthew.
Okay.
Is Matthew? Let me check. I'm bad with numbers. I don't want to get it wrong. No, it's John 16 verse 33.
John 16
verse 33. Okay. Jesus says, "These things I've spoken to you. In me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But take courage. I've overcome the world." So I would want her to know that just because you have rose to the occasion and heeded the call of God over your life, it doesn't mean you won't be challenged. As long as you are under the sun serving, tribulations will come your way. Trials will come your way. But Jesus says, in me, you may have peace. And the peace that he's talking about is the peace of God, the peace that surpasses man's understanding. I would want her to know that in the midst of storms, you can be still knowing that God is in control, because he says, in this world you will have trials. But take courage, I have overcome. So just know that in your journey of pastoring, he has gone before you, and that victory is your portion. He has gone before you. There's nothing that comes to your God by surprise. Everything that you are facing, every challenge that you are facing, doesn't catch God by surprise. He knows. Just remain and keep the faith.
So how can the church create more opportunities for women to step into leadership?
Inclusive culture. Include them. After identifying their potential, include them. Give them the platform to exercise their calling. Because everything comes with with practice.
Okay.
You can never preach a sermon if you've never taken offering. You can never probably it will be difficult to take an offering if you've never done a welcome. So build the woman little by little, giving them, if you see this woman as a gift of speaking, give them that opportunity. As a leader, you have the platform. Give them the platform, mentor them. Yeah.
So we shouldn't call them Magne Conference because of pay.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. No, we've been talking for almost an hour. Do you have anything maybe to add?
I wanted to add the issue of mentorship.
Okay. That's very important. Yeah.
The issue of mentorship. My mentor always says this, that there's a reason why God will call you.
Yeah.
After calling you, He will call others.
Okay.
Meaning before me, there are those that are called.
Yeah.
I am called today. Tomorrow, there's others who are going to be called. Because the gospel must move with the generations and generations to come.
Okay.
So now...
But when sorry to interject, you said the gospel must move with times.
No, must move from generation to generation.
Oh, okay.
The gospel must move from one generation to the next generation. There are those who are called before me.
Yeah.
I am called today. Okay. Someone's going to be called tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that the gospel ihambe from generations to generations. But now, I hope you hear this with your spiritual ears.
Okay.
If you know, you relay.
Yeah.
The challenge that we have is the baton exchange issue.
Okay.
So you find that the one who must give the baton, the one who was called before me must give the baton to me, is either holding on to the baton.
Okay, the resistance.
Yes.
Okay.
That's where you find old preachers who in their ministry have not mentored anyone.
Yeah.
They are almost very close to retirement.
Yeah.
But come a Sunday service and they can't make it to church. They are holding on to the baton.
Yeah.
Or you will find that me, who must receive the baton, I am quick. I'm impatient.
Yeah.
I stretch my hand too quick, try to grab it before time.
Yeah.
Where the leaders feel good, maybe you are not ready. And when you feel the fire burning, you're like, I'm called, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
You think you are grabbing the baton. Can you go on a baton mishap there? When it falls, you are running, manje. You think you are running with the gospel. You should be handing the baton to the next generation. You have nothing to hand.
Okay.
So gubulalega the gospel.
Okay.
So that challenge can be resolved through mentorship.
Okay.
It's important that those who have gone before us must mentor. In the book of Titus, there's a verse that commands older women to mentor younger women. So it's biblical. If as a leader you have run and there's no one who can stand in your position, it's a problem. And also mentees must also be open to taking counsel and advice to those who have walked the path.
Okay.
To those who have the experience, If someone has ran in ministry for years and they advise you, you might want to take that advice into consideration because they've been there, they've done that.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if ngikuzwa kahle, as a young pastor, I'm sorry to say young because some people they don't like when you say they are young.
No, I am young.
Yeah. Basically, you are saying young pastors, they shouldn't rush to
take the bait.
So they sort of have to wait for their
for
turn.
the right time.
Yeah. So now my question is, how do you know, Guti, now I'm ready?
If there's mentorship in place, your leaders would know.
Okay.
Your leaders should know, this one, we can throw him in the deep end.
Yeah.
He will swim.
Okay.
It's like your child.
Yeah.
If you have your car, you know, he can drive it.
Yeah.
It's his. You know that it's his car. If anything happens to you, it's his car.
Yeah.
But there's a point in time where you won't give him the car.
Until you feel
ready. He's ready, he can drive this car and I can be settled wherever I am. But he's a good driver. So that's where mentorship comes in. Even our leaders, our pastors, they know us. They know the potential. If they've been present to mentor you, if they've been present to encourage you, they would know, Amanda, now you are ready.
Okay.
So mentorship is critical in the space so that we can keep the baton moving without baton mishaps.
Okay. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Earlier on you said currently you're not running any chairs.
Yes.
Okay. So, God willing, let's say maybe next week, next month or next year, then things change.
Yeah.
Suddenly, so on and so on. What is it that you are going to do in terms of you make sure that tomorrow's leaders are ready, especially women, are ready to preach the gospel?
Leadership, women in leadership, I would encourage those that have potential.
Okay.
I would give them the platform.
Okay.
I would allow people to exercise their gifts in the ministry to grow.
Yeah.
And I would be big on mentorship and leadership trainings.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are equipping people for future generations. Yeah. So now I'm grateful for the women who went before us.
Yeah.
Because we can refer to say we've seen Pastor Mams Bandana running like this and coaching as well. I would make sure that women are coached and they take on the positions and they run with the gospel.
Okay. I wanted to ask you something, but okay. When off topic a little bit, but not really off topic, because it's daily under Christianity. What is your take on typing? Do you think it's done correctly right now, or do you think it's not done correctly? Or do you think there is enough? Do you think there is enough education around typing? Yeah, because there are a lot of confusion there.
I think you get confused once you start listening to a lot of voices.
Okay.
But back to what I said, if you stay grounded in the word, get your revelation.
Read your Bible.
Read your Bible. Know God's truth.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what's expected of you. Because other people are good at debating. And if we have to come and debate about it, I might lose because I'm not good at arguing, and someone might win because they are good at arguing. Yeah. But it's important that when I, as a person, search for the truth of God and stick to what you know. Okay. Don't be caught up in the wind and run with things that are trending, Don't, personally, I believe that as pastors, I don't believe in engaging in debate, because once you open yourself up to debate a biblical issue, then there's doubt in you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I understand.
Then there's doubt in you.
Yeah.
But if you know what your God said to you, why should you sit on the table and open that discussion and have it with someone to say whether you are right or wrong?
Okay. So what are some of the practical steps that the communication can take to ensure that there is inclusion and supporting for women? That's my last question.
I think it's the same as that question, what should be done to bring the women.
Okay. Can you share any success story or inspiring example of women in church who have taken
I don't want to pinpoint examples, but I'm just grateful around me.
Yeah.
Lately, I'm seeing a lot of women rising to the occasion. It's inspiring. Even I think the algorithm knows the kind of things I watch. I see a lot of women preachers lately.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of. I don't think there's a gap. I don't think there's anything that much challenging. I think women are rising to the occasion.
Yeah.
I see that around me. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you see only through the lens you are wearing? So lately I'm just seeing a lot of that. So I don't think there's any shortage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Another thing, most of the time, magune debate around women, whether esontweni or out there, there are certain things ezisibhekayo thina abantu, like njengokuthi umuntu makakhuluma nabantu ugqoke njani. I think another thing leyo esontweni i-problem ukuthi hayi man njengoba umfundisi maybe givele kuphithi ugqoke. What is your take?
I think we should dress with modesty.
Okay. What is modest?
Modest, you see, when I came here, I think I had only this thing, and I had to pass by and find this thing underneath because I can't be showing off my cleavage. And you don't want the attention to go to the wrong things. You want to get on the pulpit and you want people to hear God.
Not tell us about this step.
Yes. You want, and you also don't want to downplay yourself. I mean, why would you?
But then abantu angithi bana this thing ukuthi musu uNkulunkulu akabheka ukuthi ugqoke njani ubheke inhlitiyo.
We represent the gospel. We represent God. When you stand there as a pastor and you are preaching, as much as you don't want the people to receive more of you, you want them to receive more of God. Then represent more of God. More of God is. You should also be comfortable. Then you find yourself now trying to stretch.
Yeah.
You knew the
short, but suddenly now so as
so maybe outside or elsewhere. But I believe in dress code. I believe we should dress according. Wherever you are, just dress according to where you are. When you're representing God and you can stand and comfortably say, I'm representing God, and you are comfortable, then it's okay.
All right. Okay. So abantu abafunayo bafuna ukubhuka namaseminar.
Yes, I'm available on social media platforms. Amanda M.
Everywhere.
Yes, I'm there on TikTok. I'm there on Facebook and on Instagram. Amanda M.
Okay.
You can send me a DM, and I can.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your podcast.
I'm trying.
May God bless the work of your hands and may you see it grow and grow to higher levels. Do not undermine small beginnings. Just have patience, the faith in God. We are dealing to set your eyes on the bigger picture and trust God to get you there.
Thank you. I received.
You're welcome.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of today's episode. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow. And once more, thank you to the Ark for sponsoring us with the venue. So do not be shy. Go into the Unmute Yourself podcast. Then you can, apart from sharing and liking, you can also comment. We want to know what you think. I'm your host, I'm Uncle Bongani. See you next time. Shap.
Bye.